video, hi everyone, in today's video I'm taking this plastic vase that I picked up in Op Shop many moons ago, a good year if not two if I'm to be honest. So I'm just going to cover it with this concrete, which is a quick patch concrete, and it's, I think the ratio is 17.5 grams of the mix to 17.5 grams of water to the mix of 100 grams, but as you will see, it makes a really dry mix. So I do add water. I double the water amount, so it is in a state that makes it pliable to the container. So the effect that I want this container to be is I want it to look rusty and like an old rusty vessel that has been outside for like a million years. Well, maybe not quite that many. And I apologise if this video is quite long. I took a lot of steps getting the green of the verdigris, however you say it, correct. So just quickly, this is what it was like here with the correct ratio, and it was just far too crumbly that it wouldn't stick on how I wanted it to the vase. So this is where I actually did go in and add the water. But anyway, so back to the vase. Yeah, I'm happy with how it turned out. I did actually end up only doing the one layer of the concrete. I thought I was going to do two. But yeah, so I hope you enjoy it, and a like and a subscribe would be amazing. Enjoy. Right, so here is this one with its uneven layer, and it looks pretty cool. So it could be drying a little bit further, but I'm a little bit impatient. So I'm going to give it a spray of this copper. I don't think I'm going to go it all over, or in depth all over, put it that way. Yeah, I'm just going to see how I feel when I do it. Be right back. Alrighty, so it's quite coppery, isn't it? But that's okay, because it's not going to be like that for long. And I've only just sprayed it, and the concrete has soaked it all up compared to where it's still plastic. So that's cool. So what I'm going to do now, I don't know how these sponges will work with the edges on them, so I'm just going to get rid of them. So my plan is to go with this paint that I've just mixed up. So much on my desk. So this was the Reno Art, these two plus a little bit of white paint. Oops, I forgot the lid wasn't on. Silly girl, never mind. So I'm just going to go in quite sparingly. In places. Because remembering I am going to go in with another layer of concrete on this to build up the depth. I'm also going to go over it with a layer of a rust paint mix that I use, that I've used in other videos, and it just makes it look so fabulous. Right, so now that's looking way too overdone, so I'm really liking the depth of colour on there. So there we go. Back onto my drying machine, commonly known as my fire. Right. Alrighty. This is dry. And I'm actually debating whether I want to add another layer of concrete. I don't know if I do. So I can guess at the moment I'm actually not going to. I'm going to do like a rust effect layer. Okay, so this is dried off, and I was watching it, well, looking at it, not watching it, drying on the fire, on the top of the fire yesterday, and I decided I don't like it. So I'm not actually sure what I'm going to do. I'm going to think about it for a while. I'm thinking about one, going over these concrete bits with a bit of spray of copper, and then doing another layer of the brown orange, and then maybe some of the verdigris, whatever you ever say it, but slightly lighter. And then maybe a wash over the top of that. But first I will give it a light spray of copper. Right, I'm back. Giving it another spray of the copper. And have added a little bit of white to the blue. So now what I'm going to do is grab some rags from my rag pile. And instead of sponging this on, I think I'm going to try pushing it. So I'm going to finish this and then come back when I'm ready to do the next layer. Alrighty, so that green, blue, whatever is all done. So now I'm going to go on with the next layer. I've just scraped that old colour off my, excuse me, ice cream lid palette. I did try a dab of this ink that I mixed up, but it's far too yellow for this job. Right, what I'm going to use. Left these out a little bit because I thought I was coming back to it, but didn't. I ruined it. No, it should be right. So I'm going to try a wash or a thin. No, I don't think this is going to do what I want it to. Maybe. No, it's toned it down, but it's still left it quite patchy. So I will continue to do the rest of it so it's all nice and even, but yeah, I can't remember how I've done it in the past. Alrighty, so I think I've decided what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to go in with some brown, not watered down or anything, and what I'm doing is just kind of patting it on and blending it in. So then after that, what I'm going to do is just around those. Just blend it in a bit more. So I hope that light's not too bright. You can actually see the depth that I'm getting with those colours. I think that's going to do it. Yeah. All right, I'll do some more. You can see that what I'm doing is kind of trying to get on the outer edges of where that green is. So it looks like the copper is going rusty. I guess it doesn't really matter. It's just how I perceive it. But yeah. Alright. I wonder if the finger movement works better. Oops, wrong one. Because it's kind of smudging it. Don't know. Who knows? Trying to keep it on the rag so it doesn't knock the concrete and take the colour off. Whoop. Definitely think in some areas I have put too much of the blue on, but that's alright. I'm guessing I can work on that and tone it down. Okay, so I've gone pretty much over all of it with the brown, and I ended up doing it just with my fingers. And I think it's working because it's sliding over the top and not going too much into the cracks. So, and I haven't done any orange yet, so I have just also gone in with a kind of feel like I need a smaller brush. Yeah, I do. It's going to be creating more work for myself if I do that, just to highlight in the cracks again. Right, let's find a smaller brush. Right, this one might do, just the tip of it. Still not small enough, but that's okay. It's not bad. Alright, let's find some other little places that have got nooks and crannies, so to speak, that I can add a tiny bit of the blue. When that's dry, I might just, I'll see what it looks like, I might go over it a tiny bit of brown, because I don't want too much of the verdigris or verdigris, or whatever you call it, showing. I do like how the copper's coming through underneath the brown. You can see that it's definitely copper, but it looks really subtle. So I'm kind of liking that. So far the concrete's holding up really well. There have been a couple of spots where I've put pressure on it when it's been down like this, and it has, the paint has come off, but it's been a relatively easy fix. So just with a little bit of brown on my finger over the top. Alrighty. Time to let that dry and see what we're going to do next. Wow. I thought I was really happy with it. When I put it over here under the natural light, it is still really, really coppery. So I'm going to go back to the drawing board, maybe just add another layer of the brown. But yeah, not over the moon with it like I thought I was. Right, got a bit of a brown wash going on. So what I'm going to do is I don't think I should say I'm happy with it until I've taken it under the natural light. Okay, so I've actually wondered, because I remembered that this is my favourite burnt umber in the world. Not that I've tried a lot, but I really love this, the depth of the brown in this. So you can see there is the Atelier one, and here is the cheap one. So I'm actually adding a little bit of black to the cheap one to see if I can draw down and get some more depth. Oh, it's getting better. Feels like I've added a lot of black. Still not there yet. Haven't got the richness. but it's a little bit darker. Yeah, that's much better. Quite a bit of difference there in the even the washed version of it. Right, I'm back. So that last layer dried, and you can see just the touches of it. So I'm actually now, I mixed up some, no I didn't, maybe I did. Anyway, so what I'm doing now is going completely against what I said. Oh, wrong sponge. Okay, so that's all dried. So the next and last step is I've got some wax here. New Zealand brand of wax, I think. And I'm just going to mix it with some of my burnt umber, the nice one. So we get a nice brown wax. So there we go, that's all mixed. So I'm kind of praying this is going to work, because I just know that this is what I want to do, but I can't for the life of me think why. I guess one, it's going to protect it. Two, it's going to give it a, I don't want it to have a sheen as such. and it's with the colour and the wax. It's going to give it that aged effect and possibly tone down some of that green. Yeah, alright, I'm happy. I think that looks good. I think. But we're fading light here, natural light. So I'm quickly gonna do this. I've been thinking about this. This is plastic, if you remember from the start. So not too sure what I'm going to do. I was thinking about in other jars I've done, I put a glass jar or something inside of it so it can be used, especially if there's concrete or something on the inside that I don't want to get, not concrete but casting plaster or something like that, I don't want to get wet. I do think this would be fine, but what is more worrying me than that is it's so light that it's going to tip over. So what I think I'm going to do is mix up some of that concrete, or some concrete maybe, whether it's that quick patch stuff or some other one I've got here, and pour it into the bottom and weight it down. And then I might even pour a layer of resin over the top. We'll see how I go, but that's for another day, and it doesn't really matter to the finished effect of the outside. So, but it was just a concern that I had. Smells good. That Karen Walker wax smells lovely. It's very, very fragrant. Maybe it's just a paint smell that I like. Who knows? Smells good. So, there we go. I think, I'm pretty sure that's finished. But as I said, that actual daylight is fading. But I do like how there's some copper coming through in places. I think it definitely worked what I did. Oops. Stay there. Yeah. Well worth all that effort of the layers. Just keeping going until I got it correctly. And now I will put it in a blog onto my website, and I will also put the layering technique into my file on capacities. Cat hair everywhere. Oh well, there we have it. New project complete.